For row number 6, driving the 8 machine, it'll be Megan Sanders. So looking for 11 cars, 8 laps. Not a lot of time, Mr. Despain, to make things happen here in the heat races. And the top 3 go directly to the Baltes Classic. Everybody else will be headed for extra credit.
Exactly. If you are fourth on back, you're going to one of 2 Stack Products B mains coming up here later on in the evening. Again, the 6 qualifying heat races will see the top 3 finishers transfer on to the 16th Annual Baltes Classic presented by Coors Light. And then there'll be 2 Stack Products B mains later on in the evening. There'll be 10 laps. Top 2 will transfer out of that. That'll give us 22 cars. And then we will have 2 series provisionals to make up the 24-car starting field. As you see, the Eldora Speedway pace truck coming down that white chalk line, that'll be the Bruce Bill Performance Parts Smash the Loud Pedal start zone. That's where they will wind the rubber band real tight and bring them to green here this evening. As the field, I believe we saw the 1-to-go signal. Rob, caution lights are out, and we are getting set to come to green, sir.
Ready to go here. 8 quick ones to kick things off here at the Baltes Classic. A pair of talented chauffeurs on the front row. New Mexico's Garrett Albertson, Tennessee's Mikey Marler in the 157. Turbo Tyler Erb and Clint Keenan make up row number 2. Keep your eye on James Rice starting 6th in this one. Mr. Despain, I believe he'll be making his way to the front. Lights are out. It is time to go racing here. The Baltes Classic presented by Coors Light here at Eldora.
Garrett Albertson, Mike Marler set to bring them to green at the Bruce Bill Performance Parts Smash the Loud Pedal start zone. Looking for the XS Power Batteries green flag. Off turn number 4. We are underway. Drag race down the front straightaway and into turn 1. Albertson working the bottom. Well, will he slide up in front of Marler? Marler's going to power his way around the outside. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. Albertson looking on the bottom. Who's it going to be on lap number 1? Rob at the start-finish line.
Dead even. Way to kick things off here at Eldora. Give it to Albertson. Marler second. Herb holds out of the 3rd spot. James Rice had a good start. He's up to 4th, but he's got some work to do to run down your top 3 as they have broken away from the rest of the field here early in heat number 1.
Again, front 3 breaking away from the field here a little bit. Garrett Albertson showing the way right there. Marler pushed to right in the center 1 and 2, and here comes Turbo. Tyler Erb taking a peek beneath Marler off 2 down the back straightaway. Nothing doing right there, and that has allowed Garrett Albertson to pull away from the field a bit right here as we will have 3 laps down, 5 to go, 1 lap shy of the Earnhardt Technologies halfway mark.
So Albertson's got about 9/10 over the field here. That's about a straightaway advantage here at Eldora. He'll work his way. We'll see halfway this time by Rick. 4 down, 4 to go. New Mexico's Garrett Albertson showing the way here in heat number 1.
Albertson will check the advantage. Closed a little bit, 0.634 seconds. Turbo closing up, but we got caution. Caution is out on the Speedway. And, Rob, what do you see?
Oh, big problems for the 157. Mike Marler off the pace there. Looks like the left rear possibly down on that machine. As we take a look down the back straightaway, but he was running second. And looks like he's headed to the pit area, so a tough break for Mike Marler here to kick off his World 100 week.
Flat left rear tire, and Marler, I think he's in the top 8 in Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points at the moment, and he's had some events, Rob, that if Lady Luck had been a little bit more in his favor, he'd probably be higher up in those points for sure, because looks like the bad luck bug has just bit the 157 team more often than not, it seems like, at times this season.
So he'll bring it back to the crew. Looks like they're just going to back it to the trailer and call it a heat here. So see if we have a replay of that one. Not sure, but was having some problems there, and looks like his heat's over. So as we say a lot of times, somebody's misfortune will quickly turn into someone's fortune, and that'll put James Rice up into a transfer spot halfway. We talked about him, started 6th in this one, had a good start, and I believe he will be 3rd on this one. Clint Keenan having a good heat race there as well.
Now, what Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series rules here at Eldora this evening, it'll be Delaware double file restarts. The leader, Garrett Albertson, will be out front by himself. 2nd place now, Tyler Erb has chosen the outside of that first Delaware double file restart row. You got to think he's seen what Marler done on the start of that heat race right there, and he may try to do the same thing as the Eldora pace truck makes the left turn into the infield area, and Albertson will bring them back up to speed at the Bruce Bill Performance Parts Smash Aligned Pedal start zone here in the center of turn 3 and 4. Green is out, and we are back underway.
So we're back trucking here halfway in heat number 1. Albertson had a cup control advantage before the caution as Tyler Erb holds on to that 2nd spot. Rice thought about putting a slider on him, but lost some distance, and that'll bring Keenan back into the mix for that final transfer spot.
Albertson picking up right where he left off, 0.656 seconds. The advantage between himself and second place running Tyler Erb here at the moment. As we'll be coming to the 2-lap-to-go signal this time. And it is all Las Cruces, New Mexico's Garrett Albertson out in front here at the moment. Now with less than 2 to go as he works through the center of turn 1 and 2.
So comfortably out front. Turbo holds on to the second spot. Rice third. Battle important to keep an eye because that's a better starting spot on one of the Bs. Keenan's got it. Workman wants it. And Rick will show the white flag. 1 lap to go for Garrett Albertson.
Swafford signs white flag in the air. Final time around here in VP Racing Fuel Making Power Heat Race number 1 as Garrett Albertson with a 6.39 second lead last time by Las Cruces, New Mexico's Garrett Albertson wins a VP Racing Fuel Making Power Heat Race number 1. Tyler Erb will come home in second. Third will go to the 11R James Rice. Fourth will be Clint Keenan. And a fifth will go to Corey Workman. So your top 3 finishers that transfer on here. A third, the 11R of Crenton, Kentucky's James Rice. Finishing in second, the 1 machine of Tyler Erb out of New Waverly, Texas, and victorious in VP Racing Fuel Making Power Heat Race number 1. And the Ken Roberts owned Longhorn with a Clements race engine, sponsored by Nutrient Ag Solutions, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Dunright TV, Roberts Motorsports, McGrady Construction, Premier Machine and Welding, and Rick's Performance Center. Romer Machine and Welding. He's 35 years of age out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. A big round of applause for Garrett Albertson. As FloRacing Heat Race number 2 going to make its way onto the racing surface here. And again, 8 laps. We'll take 3 more out of this one. Albertson's going to be your pole sitter. The winner of this one will start in position number 3, and the pole sitter in the 20 RT, the former Chandler, Arizona native, now residing in Martinsville, Indiana. It'll be Ricky Thornton Jr. into his outside in the 18D. Out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, fellow Lucas Oil Moto Dirt Series regular Dalton Wilson.
Inside row number 2, the current super stock point leader, the 12D out of Wooster, Ohio. It'll be hammered down Doug Drown. And alongside him, the youngster in the 57B, that'll be Caden Black.
Row number 3 inside the 50 out of Bellevue, Ohio. That is Ryan Missler to his outside in the 17SS. Out of Dade City, Florida is Brendan Smith.
Good to see this driver make the call. Showed some smoke in qualifying. The 219 will start 7th. That's Gavin Cowan. Alongside him, the 51, the veteran Devin Shields.
Row 5 will see the 28B of New London, North Carolina's Carson Brown to his outside. The 79 of Lynn, Indiana's Bill Lewis. And your final starter going to be the 5N of Batesville, Indiana's Dustin Nobby. 8 laps, 3 more going on here from FloRacing Heat Race number 2. RTJ in the big perm will bring them to the Bruce Bill Performance Parts Smash Allowed Pedal Start Zone. The XS Power Batteries green flag in the air, and we are underway. And RTJ jumping out here early, Rob.
RTJ gets the rig rolling down the back straight. It will show the way. Dalton Wilson holds on to that second spot. Those two got a little breathing room over the rest of the field. Doug Drown right now is on the bump. He's got that third and final transfer spot, 1A.
Keep your eye back there, though, as Missler and Black were battling momentarily for the first spot on the outside looking in. But Drown cracked a whip and got away from him there just a little bit as that pair races off of turn at number 4. And here comes Brendan Smith in the mix as well. Meanwhile, back up front, RTJ shows the way, putting just a little bit of distance between himself and second place running Dalton Wilson here at the moment as we will come to 3 complete, 5 remaining.
So the driver has everything on the resume in the dirt late model world with the exception of the crown jewel here at Eldora. Looks good here at the Baltes Classic. The big perm sits in the second spot. Doug Drown, easy for me to say, sits in that third spot, and he's got some room over fellow Buckeye Ryan Missler.
As they see the Earnhardt Technologies Group halfway mark, 4 down, 4 to go here. And RTJ continuing to show the way here at the moment. It was 0.350 seconds last time by. This time by, it's like it's going to remain about the same right there. Ricky Thornton Jr. showing away. Dalton Wilson riding in second. And then it's a bit of a gap. Back to third place running Doug Drown here. As they have completed lap number 6 2 laps to go. We're going to be looking for the Swafford signs, white flag next time by.
It's like Bill Lewis off the pace there. We'll see if it draws a caution, and it will. Not able to get off in front of your leader, Ricky Thornton. So discretion, the better part of valor there for track staff. Yellow flag pops out for the veteran Bill Lewis, and that brings us under caution for the first time. Looks like all 4 Hoosiers are up on that, Mr. Despain. I'm not sure what the woes is for the longtime racer in the 79.
Veteran driver out of Lynn, Indiana, slowed up there just as he got in on entry into turn number 3 right there, and still rolling around very slow. He may need a push to get that machine removed from the racing surface. Looks like we've got 6 laps official, so it'll be green, white, and then the Kentucky Clutch checkered to settle it here as Bill Lewis drawing the impact race gear caution flag here. Now he's going to make the left turn and let the car coast down into the infield area. Ricky Thornton Jr. is your leader. Dalton Wilson second. Doug Brown rides in third. Caden Black fourth. Ryan Missler fifth. Then it's Brendan Smith, Carson Brown, Gavin Cowan, Devin Shields. Your running order at this point with 6 scored and a pair of circuits left here in FloRacing Heat Race number 2.
So Thornton will bring us back to green. Still got yellow out here. Drivers being told over the one-way receiver radio system to pick a line. Interesting. Looks like Big Perm went to the bottom.
Yes.
Thought maybe you'd go to the top, so we'll see what Doug Drown could do on the restart. We'll keep an eye on Missler and the Floridian. Brendan Smith, second-generation racer in the 17. They will try to sneak their way into a transfer spot. Rick Monroe says lights out. We'll show the field 1 to go here. 2 trips around here for heat race number 2.
As Thornton, he'll be out front by himself. And Rob, I'm like you, I'm a little very interesting. Wilson choosing that bottom line right there, as we saw Tyler Erb choose the outside line there during the previous Impact Race Gear caution back in VP Racing Fuel, making power heat race number 1. But Wilson, he's going to put it in the basement here and see what happens.
See what happens. Not going to go green. I believe we're looking for something here in the front straightaway, so 1 more trip around. So, yep, typical Eldora. We usually start out on the top, and then it kind of gets down the bottom, and then slicks backs up and gets up to the top. So see what the transition does throughout the night here with a big field of cars for our late models. Great field. Good field of mods as well. So I think we'll see the racetrack transition as the night goes on. Beautiful evening here as well.
Absolutely.
So I will take it, and should be a great week of weather here for racing at the World 100.
And now it looks like we'll go lights out and come back to the excess power batteries green flag next time by. In just 2 laps remaining, it'll be the green, the white, and the checkered to settle it here in FloRacing Heat Race number 2. As the Eldora pace truck will pull into the infield. Field tightening up here. Coming off of turn number 3 and 4, the Bruce Bill Performance Parts Smash the loud pedal start zone. RTJ will bring them back up to speed and into turn number 1, Rob.
Drown was with a big perm there, but no start. No start. We'll stack them up 2 by 2 and try it once again. So they might have got on the loud pedal just a touch early, so.
Usually right in the center of 3 and 4 with the series is where they want them to go. Or they may be saying RTJ was just a little bit quick on the hammer right there. So we'll rack them up, try them again right here.
So Caden Black off the pace. So I'm not sure the youngster in the 57, if he's going to duck in the pits. Left rear is a little disheveled on that machine.
Does have some left rear quarter panel damage on the 57 machine. The young man just recently turned 19 years of age here a little while back out of New Concord, Ohio, and he'll make that left turn and pull his machine to the infield. And hopefully third time will be the charm here, and we're able to get FloRacing Heat Race number 2 in the books for you. As man, RTJ, he's just been good all season.
All season, hauled $100,000 out of Farley, Iowa on a Thursday night this week. So he's already got a little good mojo headed into the World 100. But boy, he wants that crown jewel in the worst way.
Sure.
So here he goes. He'll be on the hammer here once again. Looks a little bit better. Man, we're going to stack him up 3 wide. This is going to get exciting.
And the excess power batteries green flag back out as they dive them off into turns 1 and 2. RTJ shows the way. Dalton Wilson in second. Doug Brown hanging on to third. Brendan Smith sets fourth. as they will come off to turn number 4 to the Swafford Signs white flag. Final time around, looking for that Kentucky Clutch checker flag. Rob, bring us home.
So Flo, heat race number 2, looks to be in control of RTJ as he leads Dalton Wilson down the back straightaway for the final time. All eyes on the battle for that third and final transfer spot. Give Florida Heat Racing number 2 to RTJ. Wilson second at the line. Believe unofficially it's Doug Drown, but as James Essick likes to say, it's unofficial until it's official. But man,
right.
Good finish there. Good effort for Brendan Smith, comes home 4th, but picking up the heat race win. The driver of the 20 RT. He's got a host of people that makes that machine go, sir, and who are some of the people that make that car so fast?
With Doug Brown coming home 3rd right there out of Wooster, Ohio. 2nd, the 18 DFA of North Carolina's Dalton Wilson. And victorious in FloRacing Heat Race number 2, the driver, 33 years of age, in the Color Motorsports Longhorn with a Cornet race engine, sponsored by Capital Waste, XL Floor Coverings, Hoker Trucking, Certified Inspection Services, and Coleman Farms. Now residing in Martinsville, Indiana. A big round of applause for Ricky Thornton Jr.
So once again, big field here tonight, so we are foregoing heat race interviews here, so... Well, I usually like to hear from our drivers, but for the sake of time, we're going to kind of keep things moving. They go across the scale. The green light goes up. That's all important. And RTJ picks up a heat race win. He was this close to getting into a non-wing sprint car at Kokomo this year. He was that close.
Oh, wow. That would have been something to see, that's for sure. As Jim and Nancy Viox, heat race number 3, gets set the rollout. Winner of this one will start inside of row number 3 in the 5th starting position. And your pole sitter, young man that is in his first ever Eldora Speedway appearance, the former Ultimate Southeast Super Late Model Series champion out of Enoree, South Carolina in the 57. That will be Kid Quick Zach Mitchell. To his outside, the veteran in the 22 out of Indiana, Pennsylvania, the Truth, Greg Satterley.
Inside row number 2, the Kentucky native Josh Rice in the 11. And Manitoba, Canada's Rick Ewing in the 7 to be outside of him.
Row 3 inside in the 32, the Chad Stapleton machine here this evening. Out of Bloomington, Indiana, it'll be K-Rob Kent Robinson, into his outside in the 7B. The Wayne Hurricane out of Wayne, Ohio, Jeff Babcock.
Row number 4, the inside, starting 7th, the Ohio racer Rob Anderzak in the 8A. And making his late model debut at the Eldora Speedway, if you're going to be a bear, you might as well be a grizzly. Cody Summer in the 13 jumps into the pool.
Row number 5, we'll see, or on the inside, we'll see the number 5 of Ionia, Michigan's Bryant Dickinson, and to his outside in the 63 from Walton, Kentucky, third-generation driver Austin Lay.
And eligible for this event, Jeff Robertson, the P3. Don't see him out there, so we'll go dancing with 10 cars. And Zach Mitchell on the pole, and we've seen kind of a youth movement in the southern scene in the late models. It's awesome to see a lot of quick kids coming from down south. Zach Mitchell's one of those kids leading that charge.
Absolutely is. It'll be Kid Quick and the Truth to bring them to the Bruce Bill Performance Parts. Smash the line pedal start zone off turn 4. Excess power batteries, green flag in the air. We're underway. Almost 3 wide into turn number 1. Off of turn 2, Satterley makes a move to the inside of Rice, who had slid up in front of him. But it's all Zach Mitchell out in front at the moment, coming to complete the opening lap of this one.
So he's going to lead his first lap of competition here at the Eldora Speedway. Mitchell shows the way. Satterley second, and the 7 car holds on to the 3rd spot. But here comes Josh Rice. Good run. He'll go to the inside. He'll challenge for that final transfer spot.
Kind of diamond off turn 1 and 2 right there. Weiss will close the door on him as they race through turn 3 and 4 right around the bottom. But Zach Mitchell showing the way out front. Again, folks, in his first ever Eldora Speedway appearance. The Enoree, South Carolina driver at a .305 second advantage last time by. Drifts up a bit. Can Satterley close on him right here as we will put 3 laps in the books.
The 7 and 11 just throwing haymakers at each other for that final transfer spot. Rice will diamond the corner off of 2. Didn't get the run that time off the 7. It'll be about 2 car lengths back. Meanwhile, Satterley started to chop into the advantage of Zach Mitchell up front.
It was .061 last time by, .062 this time by. He has Weiss holding on to 3rd. Josh Rice trying to get that middle and kind of clean that top off, because that's where he likes to do his business and does his best work, if you will, is up toward the top shelf. As we will come to 5 laps complete. We got a hat trick's worth left in this one, 3 to go.
So Mitchell continues to show the way. The Pennsylvania native Satterley holds on to the 3rd spot, the 7. The defending race winner holds on to the 3rd spot. It's got some breathing room over Josh Rice. As time's starting to slip away, Mr. Despain, for the rest of the field, 2 to go.
Less than 2 to go for race leader Zach Mitchell out of Erie, South Carolina. And that Brett Coltman on Longhorn off 2 down the back straightaway. Trying to get a checkered flag in his first ever race laps around Eldora. The Swafford signs white flag in the air. Final time around, they'll be coming back to the Kentucky Clutch checkered flag.
So far, Mitchell has not had a misstep here in the heat race, as he'll lead Satterley for the final time. Impressive debut here at the Eldora Speedway. For South Carolina, Zach Mitchell, he'll pick up heat race number 3. Satterley comes home second. Ricky Weiss holds on to the 3rd spot. Josh Rice 4th. As K-Rob across the line of the 5th spot, followed by Babcock, Andrew Zach, Cody Summer, and then Austin Lay and Bryant Dickerson. So how about that? Zach Mitchell, a winner here in his debut at Eldora. Good stuff for South Carolina. There's 2 types of people from South Carolina. You're either Clemson Tigers or you're Gamecocks.
Right.
But Zach Mitchell's the 3rd type, I guess, because he's a winner here at Eldora. Good stuff.
Your top 3 transferring on from Jim and Nancy Viox, heat race number 3. The 7 of Ricky Weiss will come home in 3rd. Second will be the 22 of Greg Satterley. And victorious in Jim and Nancy Viox, heat race number 3. The young man out of Erie, South Carolina, 28 years of age, and a Brett Coltman owned Longhorn with a Clements Race Engine, sponsored by Coltman Farms, Special Needs School of Gwinnett, Georgia, MPM Marketing, VP Race Fuels, and Bill Steen Shocks. Driver the number 57, let him hear you, Eldora Speedway, Zach Mitchell. And here's the way they will roll on the race surface for what will be DirtOnDirt.com. Heat race number 4. The winner of this one will be your outside pole sitter alongside Garrett Alberson to bring tonight's 30-lap $5,000 to win 16th Annual Baltes Classic presented by Coors Light to the green flag. And the pole sitter in the 93 out of Lincoln, North Carolina, will be Carson Ferguson. And to his outside, making up a definitely a young gun front row here in this one, in the 10 from Eatonton, Georgia, Garrett Smith.
Inside row number 2, always tough here at Eldora. The 12J, that'll be Jason Jamerson. Alongside him, Dave Fideloni in the 10L will start 4th.
Row 3 inside to 31 out of Cartersville, Georgia. That will be Tyler Millwood. And to his outside in the 39 from Loveland, Ohio, that'll be Mike Hildebrand.
Scheduled to go inside row number 4, it'll be Hot Rod Conley in the 71R. And alongside him for Sales Kentucky, Trip Gerald in the 4.
And a row number 5, the 151 of Trace Settles from Sunbury, Ohio, and the 06 of Chatham, Ontario, Canada's Jordan Van Hall.
Starting shotgun on the field out of Swanton, Ohio, the veteran, the 75, Dusty Moore. So looking for 11. Looks like 10 answered the bell here. There's Millwood. He's late to the party.
Yeah.
Who's updating social media.
Tyler Millwood making his way track side. I didn't know maybe they had to get him a push down there or not. I don't know. He
may have been late to the party.
He
might be
is
going
late
to the
for
truck.
The call. Looks like he is going to have to go tail on the field, as he was not there in line in time. So tough break for Tyler Millwood. That will move that particular inside row up, and will now put Rod Conley starting inside of row number 3 in the 5th position. As Chief Starter Rick Monroe shows the field, the pulled green flag, the 1 to go signal will be coming to green next time by. Caution lights going out, the Wayland caution lights going out around Eldora Speedway. And we'll get the Eldora Speedway pace truck back into the pit area here. And the field will be coming to the Excess Power Batteries green flag. Again, the winner of this one will be your outside pole sitter and start alongside Garrett Alberson for tonight's Baltes Classic main event.
So a couple of the fast, young Southern late model drivers we were talking about. One of them's going to try to put themselves on the front row for the Baltes Classic. We'll go green in the air, and we're racing. So wild start there for the 10 of Garrett Smith. Had the left front way hiked off of that one, but holds on to the second spot. Meanwhile, Ferguson, a regular on the Lucas Tour, leading by here for lap number 1.
1 lap officially scored. Lincoln, North Carolina's Carson Ferguson showing the way. Garrett Smith rides in second, getting some pressure from Lawrenceburg, Indiana's Jason Jameson, who rides in the 3rd spot. Nathan Loney, the Wayne County Speedway regular, sits in position number 4 here at the moment. And riding in 5th is the 39 of Mike Hildebrand.
So Millwood, who had to go to the trunk, not able to make much ground up so far here in the heat race. Meanwhile, Ferguson continues to stretch that lead over Smith in the 10 car right now. And Jason Jameson's coming knocking for that second spot, the Lawrenceburg veteran. Always good here at Eldora, looking to get himself solidly into the Baltes Classic.
And Racing Groove starting to gradually work its way up the racing surface. And then if any of you have seen the 12 of Jameson race anywhere, you know he likes the high side no matter what racetrack he's on. And he's up there right now trying to build that momentum as the Earnhardt Technologies Group halfway signal goes out. 4 down, 4 to go. Ferguson still showing the way with Smith riding in second. Jameson in position number 3.
And that will bring us out to a caution, as unfortunately Dusty Moore has come to a stop here on the front straightaway with 4 laps in the book. So his rough night continues on. Had some type of woes in qualifying, and now has come to a stop here on the front straightaway. So Ferguson's big advantage goes to the wayside. Smith's got a fast piece, but man, that thing is evil, bouncing there, especially in turn number 2. So I can imagine they will go to work on the shock package and spring package of that car for the main event.
And it's almost like if you watch when he gets into turn 1, and I know there's a lot of fans out there that'll understand. They hear drivers talk about it. The race car gets tight on the throttle when they go off in the corner and they burp a throttle. When he calls back on it, it wants to push the nose of the car, and it almost appears like Smith's car may be tight on the throttle on entry, especially into turn 1 right there.
Yeah, I mean, you hear the phrase, he's almost manhandling that thing in there just to get that thing to rotate and keep going. And I tell you what, he is fun to watch, a hard-charging youngster. So Jameson was hanging with him. Nathan Loney sits in that 4th spot. Mike Hildebrand have a quality heat race. Yep. He sits in that 5th spot. Trip Gerald, not bad. I'm going to go to bat for Gerald. He looks like he's World 100 ready. So even if he doesn't get the W tonight,
I know. We may have to message his dad this week and say, hey,
we'll give him a pass.
Exactly, and let him run this week coming up here at the Big E for the World. It's again tough break for Dusty Moore, the 54-year-old driver out of Swanton, Ohio. Been a tough night so far for him, as they're going to get his machine pushed down the back straightaway. And got an Eldora official out on the bottom side of the racing surface right here. And seen Rick Monroe point. And it looks like they're going to check something on the Tyler Millwood machine here.
Oh. I think he got ushered to the infield. Not going to speculate, but...
Yeah, he was. I'm like you. It looked like the track official kind of motioned for him to pull off. So don't know if they saw something possibly going on with Millwood's number 31 machine, but he has been sent back to the pit area. We are halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go here in DirtOnDirt.com. Heat race number 4. Again, the winner will be the outside pole sitter. And if you run second in this one, you're going to start back in about the 8th position. So...
with the talented field we have here tonight, track position will be pretty paramount for the Baltes Classic.
Yes.
So there's some incentive to get up on the wheel in the heat races for sure. Ferguson trying to start P2 in that main event, but still got 4 laps to get the job done. We'll keep an eye. Smith goes to the top side for the restart. Jameson goes down to the bottom. As you mentioned, Jameson loves to beat the boards down just about any place he goes to. So see if there's a big slider getting into one, see if he can get him cleared. So keep an eye on row number 2. Ferguson.
And Carson Ferguson will wind the rubber band real tight, and they come back to the Bruce Bill Performance Park Smash Allowed Pedal Start Zone, and we are back underway as they're thinking about getting 3 wide down into turn number 1 there. And Hildebrand going to lose a couple of positions. Front 3 going to stay the same. Ferguson, the leader. Smith in second. Jameson going to be in third. Loney is 4th. And Trip Gerald now has made his way up to 5th with a Nicholsworth scored. 3 to go here in DirtOnDirt.com heat race number 4.
Gerald might have been the big winner in that whole restart, now up to that 4th spot. So just one spot shy of cracking the A main, but trying to get him a good start in the B main. Meanwhile, Smith still under attack for Jameson. Ferguson will lead him by here, 2 to go.
And Ferguson working off 2 down the back straightaway. Had .336 seconds between himself and Garrett Smith last time by. The Swafford signs white flag in the air. 1 more to go. Looking for that Kentucky Clutch checkered flag next time by.
So Ferguson sets sail for the final time off turn number 2 here. Dirt on Dirt heat race number 4. Smith's held on to the 2nd spot since the drop of the green flag. Meanwhile, Ferguson going to start P2 in the Baltes Classic. He'll go wire to wire here in heat race number 4. He'll pick up the win. Garrett Smith comes across the line second. Jason Jameson gets that 3rd and final transfer spot. Trip Gerald will trip the line in the 4th spot. Nathan Loney 5th. Hot Rod Conley Mike Hildebrand, Trey Settles, and Jordan Van Hall, your unofficial finish. So third spot goes to Jason Jameson. Garrett Smith, your runner-up with a 10. And he should start P2 as long as the green light goes across the scale. Your winner, the 93, Carson Ferguson.
And Carson Ferguson, the 24-year-old out of Lincoln, North Carolina, in the Paler Motorsports Longhorn. Cornet Powered Entry, sponsored by Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, Hoopaw Grading Company, Coltman Farms, ArmsList.com, Brad Benton Trucking, and Tribble Electric. And we'll see if we get a green light here. And we do. He is good and officially wins DirtOnDirt.com heat race number 4. And again, we'll start outside front row. It'll be a Garrett Alberson and Carson Ferguson front row for the 16th annual Baltes Classic, presented by Coors Light here this evening. As Hoosier Tire heat race number 5 making its way out. Again, this one 8 laps, top 3 transfer on. Your pole sitter in the 49 out of Blairsville, Georgia, will be Jonathan Davenport. Into his outside in the 23 out of Loudon, Tennessee, it'll be Corey Hedgecock.
Making his Eldora debut aboard the 49M, it'll be Luke Moore, and alongside him, the 91, it's Rusty Schlink.
Row 3 inside the 95 of the Jedi, Jerry Bowersock out of Wapakoneta, Ohio. And his outside in the Warrior Race Cars house car this evening, the 117 of Jackson Lovelady out of Christchurch, New Zealand.
Inside row number 4, starting 7th, that'll be Kenneth Howell in the 21. Alongside of him, the 63R, it's Terry Rushlow.
Row 5 inside the 1B from Grayson, Kentucky, Shane Bailey. He is outside the 3 of Napoleon, Ohio's Trevor Reed.
And starting shotgun on the field, the driver out of Kansas, the 77, Jeremy Petty, 11 cars. 8 laps, top 3. Go to the Baltes Classic. Heat race number 5, presented by Hoosier Racing Tires. Going to go green at the chalk line. We got Superman. We got Corey Hedgecock. Here we go.
And at the Bruce Bill Performance Parts, smash the lad pedal start zone. Off turn number 4. The excess power batteries, green flag waves. And Davenport will jump to the race lead very quick through the center of turn 1 and 2. Corey Hedgecock will be second. The 16-year-old Luke Moore, he sets in position number 3. There's a good battle shaping up for the 4th spot, though. Here comes the 95 of Jerry Bowersock. Last weekend, made his first ever appearance at Fairbury Speedway out in Fairbury, Illinois. And right now, he is in a transfer spot, setting in position number 3. What about the Jedi?
Trying to get Falsey here at the home track at Eldora. Meanwhile, the calendar switched to the month of September, and that means it's Jonathan Davenport time to shine here at Eldora. So Superman out front here in heat race number 5. Hedgecock second. Jerry Bowersock in the 3rd spot. Luke Morey certainly looked strong here in his Eldora debut. He sits in that 4th spot, but got some work to do.
And Kenneth Howe, in his first ever appearance at Eldora, sits in position number 5 at the moment. As race leader Jonathan Davenport will work off a turn number 4 to the Earnhardt Technologies Group halfway signal. 4 down, 4 to go here in a Hoosier Tire heat race number 5. And right now, Rob, I don't think anybody's got any kryptonite for Superman.
Tell you what, Mr. Spain, watching that race car work across the Eldora surface, that car just looks like it's like a Cadillac floating across the Eldora Speedway. A hot rod underneath the seat of the 49 right now. Hedgecock got a good run second. Bowersock holds on to the 3rd spot. But right now, Jonathan Davenport is taking them to the woodshed here in heat race number 5.
As we work off of turn number 4, we're going to see this 2 to go signal right here. Be 2 more laps to go for race leader Jonathan Davenport.
Rusty Schlink off the pace, and I believe that's going to be implications for the points as Schlink now to the infield.
As he is a series points leader, he is eligible for a provisional. As Davenport will see the Swafford signs, white flag. It has to work some traffic through 1 and 2, but it is all Superman at the moment.
Absolutely. Heat race number 5, presented by Hoosier Racing Tires, going to go to Superman. Jonathan Davenport picks up a heat race win. Corey Hedgecock is going to come across the line second. He'll go to the show. How about the Jedi, Jerry Bowersock? He goes to the Baltes Classic. He comes across the line 3rd. Luke Morey will be credited with 4th. Kenneth Howell making his debut like Morey, 5th. Rushlow, 6th. And then it's Petty, the Kiwi, Jackson Lovelady, and Shane Bailey, Trevor Reed. So a lot of eyes on that 49, Mr. Despain, and that thing looked sporty here in heat race number 5, presented by Hoosier Racing Tire. Superman, Jonathan Davenport, good.
Finishing third in Hoosier Tire Heat Race 5, the 95 of Wapakoneta, Ohio's Jerry Bowersock. Second, the 23 of Loudon, Tennessee's Corey Hitchcock. And winning Hoosier Tire Heat Race number 5, he'll roll off from position number 4 here in tonight's 16th Annual Baltes Classic presented by Coors Light. He's in the Lance Landers own Longhorn, sponsored by Nutrient Ag Solutions, ASC Warranty, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, Mark Martin Automotive, Bill Steen, Hoosier Midwest Sheet Metal, 40 years of age, out of Blairsville, Georgia. Big round of applause for Superman Jonathan Davenport. As it looks like our 6th and final Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series, fueled by VP Racing Fuel Heat Race, is headed trackside. And looks like we'll have dirt car modified heat races, and I believe there's 4 of those coming up next.
Yes, sir.
And the MyRacePass.com heat race number 6 will line up like this. Your pole sitter in the 9 out of Mooresville, North Carolina. It'll be Nick Hoffman, and to his outside in the 20 from Newport, Tennessee, the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens.
Row 2 will feature a pair of second-generation speedsters out of Richmond, Indiana. The 20 TC will be Tristan Chamberlain. Alongside him out of Benton, Kentucky, the 96, it's Tanner English.
Row 3 inside, the one in, the veteran out of Sylvania, Ohio. That's Casey Noonan, and to his outside in the 88. Out of Blenheim, Ontario, Canada, that'll be Andrew Rayom.
Inside, row number 4, starting 7th, another Canadian. That'll be Craig Haskell in the 03. Alongside of him, out of Hornwall, Tennessee, the C6, that's Oakley Johns.
And your final row, we'll see the S21 of Seth Daniels out of Jackson, Ohio. And to his outside in the 81 from Cold Grove, Ohio, that'll be Matt Melvin. 10 cars, 8 laps, 3 more go to the show. The winner of this one will roll off from position number 6 outside of row number 3 for that 30-lap, $5,000 to win. 16th Annual Baltes Classic presented by Coors Light here at Eldora Speedway this evening. It'll be Hoffman and the Nightmare at the Bruce Bell Performance Parts Smash the Loud Pedal Start Zone. The excess power batteries, green flag waves, and we are underway.
My race pass heat number 6 on the green. Hoffman puts the slider. He may have got it in the door of the Newport Nightmare. And meanwhile, English trying to sneak his way in there. Wild first lap. Looks like Jimmy Owens going to survive and lead him by.
And Jimmy Owens showing away here in My Race Pass. Heat race number 6 here this evening at Eldora Speedway. Nick Hoffman is second. Tanner English riding third, but he's getting some pressure from the 88 of Andrew Rayom here at the moment. He is fourth with the 16-year-old Tristan Chamberlain riding in the 5th spot here as we will come to complete lap number 3 this time. And it is the Newport Nightmare bringing the pain here at the moment.
So dicey turn 1 between the 20 and the 9. Everybody lives to tell the tale as Owens continues to set sail here, just shy of halfway. Nick Hoffman is settled in that 2nd spot. Tanner English 3rd. They've got pretty good advantage over Rayom running in the 4th. Chamberlain, who picked up the win last night at Montpelier, in the 5th spot. So we're halfway this time. 4 down, 4 to go here. My race pass heat race number 6.
And the Earnhardt Technologies Group halfway mark being shown. Jimmy Owens was up 0.131 seconds last time by. Is Jimmy making that high side work for him right here at the moment. As Nick Hoffman continuing to show up in the 2nd position with Tanner English, driving one of the Brett Coltman-owned number 96 entries. And everybody, we talked about how the racing line will change in the earlier heats, some of them right around the bottom. But your 3 guys in the transfer spots here at the moment, all up top. Just I say that, English makes a flyer out of me and goes to the bottom off 2.
Yeah, Owens has pretty much been on the top the whole thing. I've seen the 9 of Hoffman kind of searching around looking for something. And Tanner English right now starting to kind of lose sight of the top 2, but the white flag is in the air for Jimmy Owens. Hoffman able to cut into the advantage about 4 car lengths down the back straightaway, but does not look like he's going to have enough time. As I say that, he'll make a run at Owens at the line. And we finish with a bang. Jimmy Owens will pick up My Race Pass heat race number 6. Valiant effort there for Nick Hoffman. So that was the heat of the night. Tanner English comes across the line to the 3rd spot. Andre Rayom. The Canadian will be 4th. Chamberlain 5th. And Tennessee's Oakley Johns, your top 6. So Tanner English comes home 3rd. He'll go to the show. Great effort there for Nick Hoffman. I didn't think he could get him. He almost made a liar out of me.
Absolutely.
He's your runner-up, and the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens, rolls off P6 here tonight for the Baltes Classic.
And again, Jimmy Owens winning MyRacePass.com heat race number 6. The 52-year-old veteran out of Newport, Tennessee, in that Kohler Motorsports owned entry, the Reese Monument Ultimate Towing and Recovery Boom Test Well Service Capital Waste sponsored number 20 for Jimmy Owens, picking up the win in the final heat race of the night. We'll have a pair of 10-lap stack products B mains coming up here in just a little bit. I'm going to step out of here and let Mr. Overhoser back in as we got a quartet of dirt car modified heat races coming up.
Thank you, my friend. Good stuff there. In the late model side of things, Josh is going to jump in here with me. It's the Mod Squad getting ready to go for the Baltes Classic. 8 laps, the scheduled distance for the heats here tonight. Top 5 will go to the main event. Believe the top 2 will go to the redraw. As the mods will be transferring from the top, so it gives them a second to get down up the front straightaway. 50-50, creeping up there, $6,366. So don't forget, be able to pick that up at Eldora5050.com on your cell phone. If you're watching on Flo and you live in the, well, I guess if you're in the state of Ohio, they don't ask you, I believe. You just got to be in the Buckeye State to make that happen.
6,300, nice payday. Still got a little bit of time. Try to get that up around 10,000. If you haven't bought yours yet, go get it.
They might be pacing themselves. It's also a long week for the 50-50, but somebody's going to win tonight. That's a guarantee.
Right.
So, Josh, some good action there in the late models. Modifieds getting ready to go. The racetrack is just about where I think it's primo for the Mod Squad to roll out here. So,
yeah, great action. We got 4 modified heat races. 8 laps will be the distance. We will take the top 5 of the show. The rest will go to the B main. And here is how heat race number 1 will line up as they get set to pull out onto the high banks. Leading under the green flag, the 17N, Dylan Nussbaum out of Warsaw, Indiana. To the outside is going to be car number 4, Mike Learman of Woodstock, Illinois.
Pair of talented chauffeurs on row number 2 out of Waterville, Michigan, the 5CS. That will be Kurt Spalding. And alongside of him, good qualifying effort tonight for the driver of the 16 out of Lima, Ohio. It's Jeff Cause.
Former track champion here at Eldora Speedway, Dylan Willing in the 3W of Warsaw, Indiana. Rolls off inside row number 3. To the outside, the milkman, Ryan Sutter of Coldwater. Scheduled to be in the field.
Ooh, you might be on the back of a milk box. I was
going to say, he's missing in action right now.
That's right. Tebow and Tony Anderson of Lima, Ohio, the 22T will be inside row number 4. Averill Park, New York natives, Daniel Sanchez in the 463.
And Chris Stotts in the 51 and Brian Wombold in the 33W of Ansonia, Ohio, scheduled to round out the field, but we might be down a couple, looks like, here to start. No Ryan Sutter, no Brian Wombold right now.
Yeah, Wombold had problems after qualifying, needed to push up the hill, and surprised not to see them. Maybe he's taking a nap. He's had a busy weekend, but hopefully the milkman able to make the call for the B main. Hate to see him not out there, so we'll go dancing with 8 cars. 8 laps, top 5 go to the A main. Still a Nussbaum of the 17. The winner last night of Montpelier, Mike Learman out of Woodstock, Illinois, from the northern suburbs. We got Michigan, we got Ohio, we got Indiana, we got New York. Got a little bit of everything here at heat race number 1. Should be some good stuff, Josh.
That's right. Looking for the top 5, 8 laps. Green flag is in the air, and we are underway with the first of 4 modified heat races here at the Baltes Classic. Nussbaum on the inside. Learman with a good drive on the top side. He will take the lead as they head down out of turn number 2.
So the Illinois driver, Mike